I'd like to invite Paul Murphy, who is the publicist for Chain. These guys just had something happen to them, and Paul's going to tell you all about it.
Thank you for that. About September last year, we rang Festival Records in Sydney and said, has anyone ever counted how many copies of Toward the Blues that they've actually sold? And to our stunned amazement, they hadn't. So after they counted the vinyl, they then counted the tapes, then they counted the CDs, and they discovered that it sold 40,000 copies over 27 years. So we then rang ARIA and said, how many copies is gold? And they said 35,000. So we rang Festival Records back and said, well, where are the flaming gold records for it? So one thing led to another, and it all came to pass, and it did occur. And I asked Matt Taylor how he felt about getting a gold album after 27 years. And he said, well, it's better to take 27 fucking years to go gold than 3 months like Spice Girls. And then I asked them how long it took them to record the album, and apparently they had money for about 30 hours of recording at a studio in Melbourne in 1971 called TCS, and they spent 27 hours of those 30 hours with Billy Thorpe and Lobby Lloyd and all those guys basically having a party. And Matt looked at his watch and said, fuck, it's 3 hours to go, guys. So when you pay towards the blues, you realise there's only 6 tracks. Because that's all they could get done in the 3 hours, and they're really long tracks. This morning, you realise very quickly too that you never do anything with Chain that you don't go home with a new yarn or a new story. And we heard one this morning. Phil Manning's down in the Argyle Mall and he's playing there with people doing their shopping and whatever. And Dave Bond and I are standing there, and an old bloke with whiskers and a walking stick walked past, comes up and said, yeah, he's not bad, but he's not a patch on Slim Dusty. So he thought Phil Manning was doing country and western in the Argyle Mall. And during the year we started, 1997, we started collecting a few quotes to put a document together on Chain because we're hoping to take them to a few overseas festivals. And there was one magazine of all wrote the most extraordinary comment, and we ended up using it for the main publicity for Chain. And this was written by Rolling Stone magazine in 1997, that for 30 years, Chain's influence on Australian music has been enormous. They're renowned for their onstage chemistry and for being unafraid to admit their Australianness, a legendary blues band. Yeah!
It's funny someone mentioned Slim Dusty. The first gold record I ever saw was at a tent show in the late 50s, and I think Slim Dusty, just before he'd go on and do 3 songs at the tent show, would walk around with his gold record. So here I am in a tent in Goulburn, 1997, and here I am, I'm going to walk around with my gold record.
And the second gold album to the vocalist, writer and guitarist extraordinaire, and apparently Jeff Lang calls this guy the best blues guitarist he's ever seen in the world, Mr. Phil Manning. Now, the original bass player with Chain, Barry Sullivan, is renowned for being a bit of a party boy, so a few years ago his wife actually kidnapped him. He stays at home most of the time. But we've got Dirk Dubois here, who's been playing with Chain for a number of years, to accept it on Barry's behalf. Dirk Dubois, a mighty bass player.
I'm very proud to be playing with 3 very fine musicians and even finer human beings on behalf of a very great bass player. Thank you.
And always behind a blues band is a drummer, but this is no ordinary drummer. There's a guy called Barry Harvey. Where are you, Baz? Come up here, Barry. A round of applause before he does anything. Now, Barry's famous for 3 things. 1, don't ever score the motel room with him, is number 1, and I've done it. Number 2, Barry has written a standard text that's used all over the world on drumming called polyrhythms. And it's in universities in America and in Australia. But more importantly, an American university recently, because of his talent and abilities, designated him a doctor of drumming. So it's Dr. Barry Harvey, ladies and gentlemen.
Doctor.
Is there a doctor in the tent?
Well, the chain's a cool band, and it's been great playing with them for all these years. Let's hope it keeps going.
Now there was Festival Records came up with $700 for the framing, but they only asked for one thing, is that we get a photograph of all 4 members of the band standing here between the 2 microphones with their gold awards. We've got to have a horizontal and a vertical. So first they'll stand up for the photograph, then they'll lie down for the photograph. So the 4 members have trained in here. One last round of applause for them as the shots are taken.
When are we lying down?